Listen, warrior, there's an invisible line within every man. It separates who you truly are from the image the world demands you become. Most cross it without realizing, bending, shrinking, molding themselves to fit in, to be liked, or to gain approval. It starts small, tiny compromises that seem harmless at first. You let someone interrupt you and laugh it off. You nod along to ideas you don't believe in to avoid conflict. You say I'm fine when you're not, just to spare others discomfort. These habits take root, and before you know it, you're no longer living for yourself. You're living to appease others. The Stoics saw this trap centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "I'm ceaselessly amazed we love ourselves most, yet value others' opinions above our own. We claim to cherish ourselves, but trade our self-respect for fleeting scraps of acceptance." Reflect on that for a moment. How many times have you left a conversation replaying what you should have said? How often have you felt slighted but swallowed your words to avoid seeming difficult? That's where the erosion begins. When you diminish yourself, acting weaker or less capable, you teach the world how to treat you. And the world rarely treats you better than you allow. The Stoic path isn't about arrogance or becoming untouchable. It's about standing so firm in your true self that no one can pull you down unless you let them. Life's greatest aim isn't fame or wealth. It's living so you're the first to see your own worth. Guided by an inner code you never break. Not for love. Not for money. Not for belonging. Here's the hard truth: when you lower yourself for others, you chip away at your self-respect, lose that, and you invite others to do the same. The Stoics saw this as a moral failing, a betrayal of your own dignity. Epictetus taught that you must never trade your integrity for things that don't truly matter. If something costs your self-respect, its price is too high, no matter the promise. In this video, we'll uncover 5 Stoic lessons to stop diminishing yourself. These aren't empty platitudes. They're practical truths for a man's life. These lessons are clear, actionable, and deeply human. From today, you'll learn to stand your ground without aggression, to value your voice without needing constant validation, and to earn respect quietly. Stoicism's beauty lies not just in telling you what to do, but why it matters. Forgiveness frees you from resentment's poison, but forgiveness doesn't mean rebuilding ties. Restoring a bond without change isn't healing, it's self-betrayal. When they say, "Why so cold? Didn't I apologize? Can't we go back?" Remember, trust, once broken, isn't easily reclaimed. It's rebuilt brick by brick, through pain, or lost forever. The Stoic response is calm, not loud. "You lied. I don't trust you. You disrespected me. I need distance. You crossed a line. I'm drawing one. You owe yourself peace." Not them a debate or closure. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 Stoic lessons to anchor you in strength, dignity, and inner worth. These aren't for impressing others, they're for building a respect that comes from never betraying yourself. Your self-respect sets the price the world pays to engage with you. Before we dive in, make a promise, not to me, but to yourself. From this day forward, you'll stop shrinking to fit the expectations of those who never grow to meet yours. If you're ready, stay with me to the end. Each lesson builds on the last, so don't skip a single one. If this message resonates, hit like, leave a comment, share it with someone losing their self-respect, and subscribe to walk this path with us. If you're in, comment below. Today, I reclaim my worth. Let's start this journey together. First, stop explaining yourself to everyone. The fastest way men erode their worth is by over-explaining their actions, choices, or dreams. It feels polite, like you're seeking understanding. But in truth, you're handing over your power to others. Epictetus taught that if you want to be a writer, just write. He didn't say, explain why you write until others approve. The Stoics knew your actions should speak for themselves. Over-explaining invites others to pick apart your reasons, question your motives, and plant doubt in your mind. The need to justify comes from a subtle belief that your choices lack value without others' agreement. That's lowering yourself to beg permission to be you. By doing so, you surrender your judgment, saying, I don't fully trust my path unless you validate it. Face that hard truth. Not everyone will agree with your decisions. Not everyone will understand you, and that's fine. You don't owe the world your clarity. If someone dislikes what you do, that's their emotional burden, not yours to fix. Think of the time and energy wasted explaining your path to those who aren't even walking it. You justify why you left a job, ended a relationship, changed your life, or chased a new goal. But most of the time, those you explain to aren't there when you stumble. Stoicism teaches peace comes from focusing on what you control. Others' opinions aren't on that list. Every moment spent trying to make others understand you is a moment stolen from living authentically. When you stop over-explaining, you send a clear message: I trust myself to move forward without your approval. That's a quiet, powerful display of self-respect. You don't need to be rude or push people away. But you must realize your life isn't a courtroom where every choice needs defending before a jury. Look at men with quiet confidence. They don't justify their actions endlessly. They act, and their actions speak louder than words, because they act without endless justification. Others naturally respect them more. Over-explaining isn't just talking too much. It's diminishing your own standing. Picture yourself in a meeting, pitching an idea. If you pile on reasons to defend it, you signal doubt in its worth. But if you present it clearly and stop, you show strength. Stoicism teaches this: know your worth. Act from that place, and let your actions speak louder than explanations. When you're grounded in what matters, you don't need to justify every choice. People may still judge you, but their judgments can't touch a stronger version of you. Next time you feel the urge to explain to someone who doesn't need it, pause. Ask yourself, is their understanding truly necessary for me to move forward? If not, silence speaks louder than words. Seneca said, surround yourself with those who make you better, not those who always understand you. Not everyone will get you, and that's not your burden. What matters is that you know yourself. A man who constantly explains hands his worth to others. A man who acts with conviction owns his importance. To stop diminishing yourself, start here. Cut the explanations. Speak when it matters. Stand firm in your choices without needing applause. Your life will feel lighter, and your presence will carry more weight. Remember, a man of worth doesn't proclaim his importance, he lives it undeniably. If you're ready to trust yourself more, comment below. I stop explaining my worth. Second, never chase someone's attention. It's a trap that erodes your dignity faster than you realize. Chasing attention in friendships, love, or work is devastating. You overwork, not for your goals, but to be seen, chosen, or valued by someone else. The brutal truth: when you beg for their notice, you're saying their approval is worth more than your self-respect. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts." If your mind is consumed with, "How do I get them to see me?" your actions reflect desperation. That's the fastest way to be seen as less. The Stoics were clear. True respect can't be forced. If someone values you, they'll show it without you proving yourself. If they don't, no amount of effort will change their lens. Chasing attention puts you in a mental auction, bidding for your own worth. You hand others the power to decide if you're enough. That's a dangerous game. The Stoics would say, you're letting what's beyond your control steal your inner peace. The trap is this: you might get their attention briefly. They'll respond, show interest, or praise you. But it's fleeting, built on your effort, not their respect. When you stop trying, their interest fades, and you're back to chasing. This cycle drains you. It teaches you to measure your worth by their attention, not your own value. The Stoic way is to step out of that race entirely. Refuse to play a game you didn't choose. If someone makes you fight for their time or recognition, they're showing you they don't value you as you deserve. Think of the men you respect most. They don't fret over being noticed. They focus on their purpose, principles, and growth, and others are drawn to them naturally. Attention is a byproduct of living with purpose, not the goal itself. Instead of asking, "How do I get their notice?" ask, "Do I want attention from someone who doesn't value me unless I beg?" The answer clarifies itself when you frame it that way. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish or ignorant. Embrace being misjudged while you quietly build your worth. The right people will see it without you shouting." This isn't about being cold. It's about stopping the performance for approval. You can still care, still engage, but don't tie your worth to their attention. People sense when you're trying to win them over. No matter how you mask it with humor or effort, that energy speaks louder than words. When you stop chasing, something shifts. You reclaim your power. You move from "see me" to "I know who I am, and I won't shrink to be seen." Over time, the right people notice you without your effort. Those who ignored you might wonder why you stopped trying. That's when you realize how cheap attention is compared to respect. Respect is what you need, and it comes only when you refuse to beg for it, to live as a man of worth. Understand this: your importance isn't granted by others, it's claimed in your own mind first. So stop running a race you never signed up for. Stand still. Let them pass. Third, master the art of walking away without warning. Many think strength is fighting or proving yourself in every clash, but true power lies in quietly leaving without announcement, explanation, or trying to make them understand why you're done. You diminish yourself by lingering too long in places that don't deserve you. You stay, hoping they'll change, see your worth, or fearing judgment for giving up. But staying in draining situations isn't loyalty, it's a betrayal of your own spirit. Seneca wrote, "Associate with those who make you better, and welcome those you can improve." It's a mutual exchange. For men learn while teaching. If a relationship doesn't elevate your life or character, it's not worth keeping. Walking away is about protecting your dignity. Leaving without warning matters, because announcing your exit, "I'll go if this doesn't change," gives others a chance to manipulate you. They might make empty promises or act better briefly, only to pull you back into the same toxic cycle. Protect your peace by deciding you've given enough. Silent withdrawal means you don't need their understanding or approval. You recognize your energy is too valuable to waste, explaining why you choose peace over chaos. There's dignity in that silence, no begging, no drama. Just the quiet act of reclaiming your space. Those who truly value you will notice and reach out sincerely. Those who don't will fade, revealing who belongs in your life. Stoicism teaches you not to let what's beyond your control, like others' respect, dictate your peace. You can't force their regard, but you can choose where to stay. Choosing to leave proves to yourself that you value your worth. It's not about cutting ties impulsively over small slights. It's recognizing patterns of disrespect. When someone consistently undervalues you, believe their actions and act without waiting for them to change. Walking away silently rewires you internally. It teaches you to rely on your own standards, not others' reactions. It strengthens your self-respect and shows you don't need permission to escape what harms you. That choice sends a message to yourself and others that you won't settle for less. This applies to work, friendships, or any space that diminishes you. You don't need grand gestures or long explanations on social media. Simply step away and enter spaces where you're valued. That quiet exit carries a power others can't ignore. Paradoxically, this refusal to cling makes others respect you more. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Don't argue or retaliate against disrespect. Just rise above it by removing yourself from its reach. Every time you walk away from what doesn't meet your standards, you're not losing. You're safeguarding your most precious asset, yourself. Comment below. My silence is my strength. Fourth, guard your time like it's gold. Diminishing yourself isn't just words or relationships, it's letting others steal your hours. Seneca wrote, "It's not that we have too little time, but that we waste too much." Time is your life. Every minute spent is gone forever. Yet you give it away to people and tasks that drain you, agreeing out of guilt, habit, or fear of disappointing others, only to regret it later. When you treat time as infinite, you let others do the same. They call you any time, ask for favors they could handle, and expect you to bend to their schedule. If you always say yes, they'll never value your presence. You've made it cheap. Guarding time isn't selfish. It's self-respect. Guarding your time means recognizing that saying yes to one thing is saying no to another. Without intention, you're denying your own growth, peace, or dreams. Stoicism teaches focus on what you control. Your time is one of the few things you can command. You decide where it goes, who gets it, and what you create with it. When you use time wisely, it reflects your self-worth. Imagine being given 86, 400, to spend in a day. You'd be careful. Yet every day, you get 400 seconds, and often spend them without thought. When you don't value your time, you invite regret. Looking back, you see hours, days, even years given to things that didn't serve you. The Stoics called this a moral failure, not because you lived wrong, but because you lived without awareness. Protecting time requires boundaries. Learn to say no without explaining. Schedule your priorities like they're appointments with someone important, because you are that someone. Cut out time wasters, not just people, But habits like aimless scrolling or pointless arguments, those small moments, 20 minutes here, an hour there, add up to a life you've given away to the unworthy. When you guard your time, others start to respect it. They sense you don't waste it, so they hesitate to waste it either. Your presence gains weight. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Don't live as if you have 10,000 years. Death hovers near. While you live, while you can, live well." That means using time for what strengthens you, brings peace, and aligns with your values. Nothing less. Before committing to anything, ask, if this were my last week, would I spend time on this? If the answer's no, think hard before agreeing. The more deliberate you are with time, the more meaningful your life becomes. You'll stop tolerating what steals your precious hours. Guard your time like treasure. It's the one asset you can't replace. If you're ready to value it, comment, "My time is priceless. I use it with purpose." Fifth, speak less, but with greater meaning. Talking too much, especially to fill silence or prove yourself, diminishes your voice. Words carry immense power, but when spilled carelessly, they lose impact. The Stoics prized restraint. Zeno, Stoicism's founder, believed speech should serve truth and purpose, not ego or fleeting emotions. Epictetus said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen twice as much as we speak. Excessive talking invites misunderstanding, distortion, or snap judgments. More critically, it cheapens your voice. Think of the men you respect. They don't dominate every conversation. They listen, observe, and speak with precision, making their words impossible to ignore. When you speak less, your words gain weight. Others notice that what you say matters, creating a quiet authority. This isn't about manipulation through silence. It's about speaking with purpose. Restraint gives you time to think, preventing reckless words you'd regret. The Stoics believed in pausing between impulse and response, letting your mind filter out the unnecessary. Talking without purpose often stems from trying to prove something, filling silence to avoid being overlooked. That's fear. Fear of being ignored, misunderstood, or forgotten. But silence carries more weight than noise. People remember the man who stays calm in chaos, who doesn't defend himself every moment or waste energy on gossip. This doesn't mean becoming distant. It means letting your presence and actions speak louder than words. Speaking less is discipline, and discipline reflects self-respect. It tells the world you don't need to exhaust yourself proving your worth. Your choices, what you share, when, and with whom shape how others see you. Less disclosure means less chance for others to twist your narrative. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it's not true, don't say it. If it's not right, don't do it." Use this as your filter. Only speak what's true. Only act when it's right. Imagine every word passing through this lens. Your communication becomes powerful, clear, and impactful. In practice, pause before speaking. Ask, is this necessary? Does it add value? Listen actively, not just to reply, but to understand. Replace filler words with deliberate presence. Let quiet confidence fill the room, not noise. Silence can be your answer. Boundary and statement all at once. Mastering this art shifts you from chasing influence to attracting it. People will lean in when you speak, because your words carry the weight of a man who knows his value. Comment below. My silence holds power. My words carry weight. Diminishing yourself isn't one moment, it's a slow erosion. A compromise here, a silence there, an extra effort for someone who doesn't care. Over time, these add up, and you wonder why you feel invisible. The Stoics remind us worth doesn't come from titles or applause. It comes from living by principles you never betray. It's the quiet confidence that your value isn't negotiable. Each lesson here reinforces that respect starts with you. To be valued by others, you must first decide you're worth valuing and live like it without begging. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you'll find strength. You can't control how others see you, but you can control how you see yourself. When you refuse to lower yourself, the world adjusts to your standard. If you've reached this point, carry this truth. Your worth isn't something others can give or take. It's yours to protect, live by, and honor. Like this video, share it, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to guide your path. Don't let small compromises stack up. A moment of silence when you should speak. A step back to please another. These erode you over time. The Stoics teach that true strength lies in holding fast to your principles. No matter the pressure to bend, your value isn't measured by the loudest voice or the biggest title. It's in the quiet resolve to never betray yourself. Each of these lessons builds a foundation for a life where you command respect by refusing to diminish who you are. Living this way doesn't just change how others see you, it transforms how you see yourself. You become a man who stands firm, not because of others' approval, but because you know your own worth. That's the Stoic way. Unshakable, grounded, and true. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your mind is yours to control, not the chaos around you." Embrace this, and you'll find the strength to live without apology. Decide today that you'll never lower yourself again, and watch the world rise to meet your standard. This journey isn't about fleeting validation, it's about forging a life of dignity. If these lessons hit home, hit like, share with someone who needs this, and join us for more Stoic insights. Comment, "I live for my worth, not others' approval."